with Stampin' Up! From Ohio, and I'm here to bring you my card for Tuesday. Today we're going to be doing a fun fold card. I actually saw this card, basically like everything like this, um, by a girl. I think her name's Beth McDonough. I don't know, Beth McDonough or something like that. But anyway, she had made the card. She had received a card from a friend and she liked it. And so she asked a friend if she could make the card, and she did. And so I saw her video and I thought, oh, I'll do that and put just a little bit different take on it than, what she did, decorating wise and stuff. So anyway, I am going to do that, and I will tell you or ask you, if you don't have a demonstrator, please let me be that demonstrator that would take care of you. You can message me. My email is in the description below, and you can always email me. Same if you would ever like to join. I would love you to join my team. I am trying to build my team very much, and just to for community, for having fun, for stamping, learning and stamping together. I just think it would be fun, and I like to work with my team. I have a team of 11 right now. Very, friendly people. Most of them I knew, and but I would love to have anyone join. So, with all that being said, right now, Stampin' Up! Will in a couple weeks be bringing out some new online exclusives and that, so be able to watch for that. You will get to see some Halloween, some Christmas, a couple sets you can use for fall, and that's all a good thing. So you could get started on stuff like that in July instead of waiting till October, November, and December. So I am going to turn my camera down, and then I am going to see if I can get the video to come up on my um, um, computer so that I can watch it too with you, so I can make sure I keep everything in line. So let me turn my camera down, and trying to find my little button to turn my camera down. It's right there. You have to put your finger in the way. I don't like that. But it is what it is for right now, because I don't do any streaming devices to be any other way. So here's the cards I made. This was the first one. I used some dies. These are the last two, and I just stamped on them. So you can do either way, but the cards just open up with a tag being their closure or a label. And then you have a place to write right here, and as you put your messages in there. So that is how they all open. And I think it's just a really cute card, a different fun fold, and that is always nice to do. So I don't know why it's not letting me see my cards. So, or my, I do this all the time. Maybe if I go there, no, lives, no. Okay, I don't seem to be able to see it. So I hope we are video, and we are. It says we are. It says we are live. So we're good. We're good. Here's our cards. I do have a PDF, and it's over on my Facebook group, Stamp Crazy VIP, which gives you all the measurements, a couple pictures, and the description of how I did it. So let's get started with these cards. I used the Impressions of Bloom paper here. I'm going to use something different for the cards, the two cards we're going to do today. Um, but any kind of paper, you can make a tag out of anything. If you don't have these tags, which are called Something Fancy, they are on the last chance list. So them in the stamp set. And the stamp set actually is just words. And then there's all kinds of dies in the Something Fancy set that you can use to make labels and different things like that. So check out the last chance list. If you need a store to go to, mine is in the description below. the video so you could see that, and go and take a look at those and see what they're on sale for, because I do think that they are marked down. So let's put these to the side right here, and we're going to bring in the two that I am going to do as I drop all the paper. Isn't that the way it goes? Drop it all, drop it all. Okay, it doesn't take a lot of cards, a lot of cardstocks and stuff to make this. So let me show you what we're going to be doing. So these are 4 1/4, 4 1/4 by 9 1/4, scored at 3 3/4. And you just want to fold that up. We're going to do that on both cards because we're going to do both of these at the same time, because I've gotten into the habit of making 2 cards instead of 1, which I think is very good, because then you can use up your cardstock a little better. Your fold is going to be at the bottom of your card, so it's going to open like this. Okay, so we're going to set those the way that they go, and we are then going to take a piece of 5 1/4 by 4-inch white, and we're just going to put that in the inside, just like if we were making a card and putting this on the inside when we had colored cardstock. So we're just going to do that real quick. So we just line that up. So there's one. We'll take the other one. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to just sit this in here and get it out of our way. As much cardstock as we can get out of the way, the better off we are, I think. So let's just put this one down too. I'm using Pretty Peacock for one and Lost Lagoon for the other one. So this is Pretty Peacock and this is Lost Lagoon. Okay, let's bring in our, first we got to bring in this white piece, which is measured 4 by 3 3/4. And then you put this on that is 3 3/4 by, this is 4 by 3 1/2, 4 or 3 3/4 by 3 1/4, I believe. Let me, I got a cheat sheet right here. 3 3/4 by 3 1/4 and 3 3/4 by 2. So that's what we have here. We're going to put it this way, and then this one will be turned over and go this way. Got messed up when those two measurements are so close to each other that when I say them together, I get confused, which is always fun. If you're here watching me live, please put a comment in the comments that I can see later, since I can't see them now. But I would love to be able to see you and talk to you. So I'm just going to add this to my card here. And this just gets added to our white piece. And what we want to do when we do this is we want to make sure we have an even border of the white showing around the 3 edges of our paper. So we'll put that on, and we have that. We're going to do the same thing over here. So I'm going to glue this. Here, just like we did on the other one. And that's just going to go straight onto the card base, which is easy to do. I like easy cards with easy dimensions, don't you? And then we're going to take our 3 3/4 by 2-inch piece and put that, this is just the back side of that paper, and I'm going to put it right there. So that's how that goes right there. We have those two. Now we are going to make our tags for this. We do have two of the smaller tags, and here is what I use. This is the bigger tag that's going to have the fold in it. And then this one out of that set are our white pieces. And you need two for each card, because you're going to put one on the front and then one on the inside. Okay? So let's cut those. And I didn't cut them because I wanted to show you how they were cut. So let's bring these two in. We'll stick these two to the side so we have some room. So I'm going to bring in my little machine. It's right here. And what we do on these cards is we have, these are 4 1/4 by 4 1/2 folded, scored at 2 1/4. So we're going to take the die, and right where these little marks are for the top of the label, we are going to just line those up on the fold. And I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to take a piece of Post-it note tape, and I'm just going to tape that so it doesn't move on me. So let's roll this out, because that's how I keep all my plates together, is I just roll them into the machine before when I'm not using it, or I fold it and put them on top of it through the handle. But I knew I was going to be using it today, so it's already out and ready. So I'm going to pop this off. I'm just gently taking that off, making sure that that doesn't tear my paper. So there we have our card base. And that is a little sticky from the tape. So I'm just going to take my glue eraser and just kind of go over it and make it really smooth. So that goes with that one. Let's cut the other one real quick. We're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to take this, line it up on these lines. And there we go. Put our plate over that. Let's pull that out and push that up. There we go. And now we are going to... I have a squeaky machine. I'm sorry. And I run this back through just because I'm going through two layers of cardstock. It just makes it easier. So let's just lay this to the side. We're done with it. Use this tape several times, you would think that it's going to quit being sticky. So there we go with having our, I just run this lightly over that, takes off any residue that might be on there from the tape. So here's what we're going to do with these. This is really easy to do, to put them on. I take and I line that up. Put it right on the edge of the card fold. Make sure that I'm where I want in between here. And I open it up and I take my glue and put it on the tag only. Don't get it on your card. You don't want it stuck together. And I just kind of make sure I've got adequate glue. I hold it till I bring this up, let go, rub it really good, and open it up. We have that closed. We open it up, and it's glued in place. So that's how I glue it. I think that's about the easiest way to do it myself. So let's push this one over just a hair. There we go. Bring that down. Anytime I have something that has like a flap that's on the front and the inside, I always do it this way and then just bring my back piece up so I'm not moving the glue piece that's got to be glued so it doesn't shift on me. Glue that down, open it, and there's our card. The last thing we have to do is we have to take our two things. So what I'm going to do for this one, I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon on it. And I'm going to stamp my thank you. And I got these out of the set Everyday Greetings. That's an online exclusive, and it is wonderful. It's got so much in it. I use it a lot. I'm going to stamp this high because I'm going to put a flower under it. And then I'm going to put so much on there for my inside. And then I can write a little note underneath. So there we go with that. So I'm going to close that for a second, and I'm going to do these in Pretty Peacock. That's Shaded Spruce. I knew that did not look right. I thought that is not what I want. Pulled the wrong section. So I want Pretty Peacock. So I'm going to open that up. I'm going to do the thank you. I'm just making a bunch of thank you cards because you can always use them. So I'm going to go thank you. Now I'll clean it. And then so much. One thing I did forget to get, and I'm going to run and get it real quick, is the color that's in here, and here is Wild Wheat, which is a discontinued color, but I think you can still get it on Last Chance, or a lot of people have it, you know, and we might as well use it if we have it, especially if the paper, this paper's current. We want to be able to use that color. Let me grab it just real quick. You can see if you just saw the back part of my basement, I'm sorry. It is not the prettiest. But that's where, in here, in my studio here, is all current stuff. I don't have any retired stuff in it. So I had to walk back there to get my stamp pad. So here we go. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use the stamp set that goes with this, which is an online exclusive, Everyday You and Me. And I'm going to use, I think, I am going to use this flower right here. Whoops. And I'm going to stamp Wild Wheat flowers on all of these. So let's put the flower on there. I'm going to stamp it once, and I'm going to stamp it twice. And I like the second one, so that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to stamp, and I'm going to stamp right here. I'm going to do that with all of them. Whoops, I almost stamped it. I do that a lot too. I sometimes forget to stamp off, and that just drives me crazy. But it happens. Then I'm going to take a leaf, and I'm going to do a leaf with our flower. I'm going to do the small leaf just because it is And I'm going to put Lost Lagoon colored leaves on that one. And I will put probably the Pretty Peacock over there. So let's just add some leaves. And I'm going to see if I want them full strength or if I want them kind of muted also. I think I will just mute that, and I'm going to just bring that right over here in the corner. Put one and another. So that's in the corner. I'm going to do the same over here. Doing a lot of stamping off, right? I'm impressed that I've done that. I know this little bit of ink on there probably is worrying some of you. I'm going to wipe it off. It's where I leaned in the stamp pad, which I always say don't do that. But we all do it at some point in time. So, especially when you're using a little stamp, it seems like that happens more so than anything. Trying to pick this one up to bring it closer to me to stamp my leaves. And then what I'm going to do with this card, I did not do with the other ones, but I have this. I didn't stamp that again. There we go. I'm going to do something a little different on these cards than I did with the other cards. So let me show you that. I'm going to take this leaf here, and on the inside of here, I'm going to do this one first because I got it in Lost Lagoon. So I'm going to just stamp that full strength there. Then I'm going to come over and pick up the Pretty Peacock. I'm not worrying about cleaning it because that was a lighter color. And I'm going to stamp that right there. I just thought that leaf was really cute and I wanted to use it. So there we go. Now let's add our tags to the front. And then we'll do a little bit of embellishing on here, and that will be done. So let's just do this. Oh, I like that. And I'll put the thank you on this one. You could even pop these up if you wanted to. I just glued them flat. Then let's open that up. Make sure I get the right one with the right color in the right place. But it's working. It's working. So let's do this one. And then let's embellish just a little bit. I love embellishments on my cards. And I think, let me see, there are, where did I get them? Right here. Hope it's not the right color. I thought it had the colors of those in there, but it does not. Shame on them. Shame on them. So let's find some over here. Or we could do that. That might be pretty. I do have some right here that's got, let's do this. This is Pretty Peacock. I used these this morning, so let's just use those. Let's just put a couple in here. And I'm going to use the same color because it blends with these. So we're just going to use those. These are also on the last chance list. So you might want to look at those. They have garden green, petal pink. That's the petal pink. Pretty peacock, garden green, and gold. I've used a lot of them, but I still had some left. So I thought, well, why not? Let's use them up, right? So here's what we have for our cards we just did here. Let me put that in under, that's my little scrap piece that I'm always pulling out. These are our two with our thank you, with our little flower that matches here. And there we go. That's the inside. Same thing with here. Now you'll notice up here I put some, and you know what? That looks like there's a little bit of ink there. So I am going to put, like what I did here, I'm going to do that with my big ones. I always have to cover up a mistake. Always. That's okay. So I just put two there. And I'll do the same over here. I do like these in the corner like that. Just add something up there on that paper that's plain. So there we go. We have that. Here are our other cards that I did. So there we go. And like I said, this one's got die cuts on it, which is easy to do. So you might want to even try that. It works out pretty good to do that. So I just wanted you to see that and see what we did. I was looking at my YouTube again just to see if I could find my video, but I did not. But that's okay. It's okay. We will get that in place here in a minute. So I hope you like the cards. I hope you try it. If you need the directions, they are over on the Facebook group Stamp Crazy VIP. And under the file sections, you will see these labeled, like this is called, my video titles, Label Flap Fun Fold card number 89, because this is my 89th fun fold to do. All of those PDFs are over in that file section on that Facebook page if you would like to go and search for some of them. So anyway, I will let you go. Remember that I'll be on Saturday with a Simply Saturday video. And also, if you had joined my virtual retreat, which is this weekend on Friday and Saturday, if you join that, I will see you there. So you all have a great day and be creative, and we will see you later. Bye.